Alright, so not so long ago I got an invitation to a gala that I didn't really know existed, but I was still very flattered. The problem was that I didn't notice the invitation until a couple of days before the gala, so it left me with a little time to prepare myself for it. And me being spontaneous, I thought, obviously I'm not gonna wear something that I've worn before, so I needed to make something new. And I thought, what's the simplest project that I could ever do? You probably remember my breakfast 1940s gown, which didn't turn out that great, but was quite fast, so I thought something drapey and hourglass-like is always quite effective. The theme of the whole gala dress code was neons, and neons are not very vintage. So I thought I'm gonna do a color block thingy that was quite popular in 1940s. So for that I purchased two fabrics, both lycras. And lycras are quite good for fast projects because you don't have to finish them up. Like, you don't have to hem, you don't have to like cover the edges because the edges don't fray. So it's super cool if you're in a hurry. Both a plus and a con is the fact that the fabric is super stretchy. Like, it's literally just stretch. So if you don't really have the right thread or needle or technique for that, you probably should look into that, because it's gonna get messy, like it's just gonna stretch out. So I don't really have the right materials for it, but I decided to just zigzag the whole time. Like, it was super fast, don't worry, I didn't care about that. So I bought 2 meters of pink lycra fabric that was 150 centimeters wide, and I bought 2 meters of black lycra fabric that was also the same width. And I just wanted to sort of connect them into a gown, like one side of the dress would be black and then the other side of the dress would be pink. So I got the fabric, I put it on a mannequin, I had a look at how it looked, and then I put it on the floor and I cut it out. I literally just cut up 2 strips of fabric, one black and one pink. And then, after I finished the dress, it turned out it's actually too wide, so I had to cut the sides of the dress and sort of stitch it up again, but it's literally like, I think 30 centimeters on each side, so it wasn't that crazy, that much of a difference. But what you're seeing in the videos is the former version of the dress when it was still a lot wider. So then each color was cut lengthwise, like in half, and then I gathered those cut out thingies and stitched them in place, and this formed the arm. I don't even know how to explain it, I'm just gonna draw it. So these were done, and then I put it on a mannequin and I draped it, and it turned out that because the fabric is too wide on the arms, it tends to be longer on the sides, but when I later cut out the sides, it turned out to be, well, like, it was okay. So I stitched the sides together and I stitched the front and the center back, deciding on how low the neckline should be. The neckline? Really? How old are you? And let me just say, it looked awful. Like, it just turned out like this some priestly kind of gown that you would wear to a sermon. It was not good. But I had a secret weapon, which was a belt. As we all know, whenever you accentuate the waist, all of the other structure problems are kind of forgiven. So I made a belt slash sash slash corset, which was basically a strip of leftover lycra that I cut from the sides, and it was roughly the measurement of my waist minus 3 centimeters, so it was supposed to be a bit tighter. And then I gathered the ends so it's not too tall, so it's not too long. And then on the gathered ends I stitched hook and eye tape, and that was the belt. And obviously, granted, that wasn't done very precisely, and this is the one thing I kind of regret because it was visible, but at the same time, no one's gonna zoom in on a red carpet picture. So I was pleasantly surprised, because as soon as I tried it on with the belt, it actually all made sense, and it suddenly got these like Grecian vibes, which is kind of nice. I like this style. So the last thing I did was a headpiece. I decided to make a headpiece because I thought no one wears headpieces anymore and I need to bring them back. So I bought a headband, a plastic headband that I covered in lycra. I just stitched some lycra on, and then I did 3 pom-poms, which is actually quite easy. It's an easy technique if you look it up on YouTube. It's basically strips of fabric folded in half, and then it's kind of cut into those little stripes. Then you fold the fabric so it forms a pom-pom. So it was actually quite an easy technique. I made 3 of these and I stitched them on the headband next to each other, and it turned out okay. So I finished the whole look with I think my £1 Primark earrings that I got when I was in Dublin, and royal vintage shoes. I think the model's name is Zella. They are super comfy, and I thought, what's the better footwear for when we need to be elegant but also we want to dance at the after party. So I put all this on and I did some random makeup, and I went there and I took some pictures, and then I didn't do much. I guess people usually drink on those occasions. Well, I don't drink, so... But I had fun. It was fun. It's cool to put something extra sometimes, you know, because you don't get many opportunities to wear something fancy and elegant. I don't plan on coming to any more galas anytime soon, unless someone invites me, but if I do, granted, I am going to make a dress the day before. So the whole dress cost about... Both fabrics were about $10 each, so it was $20 altogether. The headband was probably like $1, so it's 21. The shoes I had before, so they don't count, and then the earrings were £1, which probably translates to $2, I guess, I don't know. So overall about $25 that I'm probably never gonna wear anymore. But the good thing about using this technique for cutting out the dress, which is basically like 5 rectangles, is that you don't get much leftover fabric. I literally, the only thing I have left is those 2 strips of fabric, and I'm probably gonna use them. I don't know, I could make a swimming suit out of them. That would be kind of cool. So in case you're ever invited to something that features a red carpet, just buy 2 pieces of fabric and improvise, adapt, overcome. And to sum it all up, here is my cat.